Hello and welcome. ValleyBiggs is a boutique M&A firm focused on the representation of middle market owners and investors looking to exit their technology companies. Our intermediaries focus on target acquisitions with a purchase price of $1 million and up. Our concentration is specific to the digital space, including technology companies, internet companies, websites, Amazon companies, ad networks, digital marketing firms, software and app companies, and much more. This segment is about saving the deal. Every deal has hiccups, and as the saying goes, it's like a cat with 9 lives. The entire process can be, on very rare occasions, simple and fast, or, much more usually, a time-consuming, intricate endeavor that needs to be finessed from beginning to end. There are many moving parts, and you want somebody on your team that has experience fixing problems. The question isn't whether there will be problems to fix before closing, but how many. First comes the offer. Many buyers like to lowball the offer. This can be a mistake. If the company is a good, solid company, it will sell for fair market value. In most cases, we can explain to a buyer the importance of showing respect by starting with a reasonable offer. It is important as a seller not to get offended by the offer if it comes in lower than expected. The object is to counter the offer and stay with the buyer until he brings the buyer to a reasonable level. And if he can't achieve that, then move on to the next prospect. It is not personal and shouldn't be taken personally. On the flip side, company shareholders shouldn't get overly enthused about a full price offer. Though it happens, it rarely ends up being as amazing as it sounds from the beginning. It is particularly common with equity groups. Private equity oftentimes will come in with a full price offer, get the seller vested with the time and energy of compiling the due diligence, and then find reasons to renegotiate the price and/or the payout structure to where they wanted it to be at the beginning. They also tend to offer more than market value, test the waters, stall the deal, and then threaten to walk if they don't get the price they designate. This can be frustrating, but once again, step back. Don't take it personally. Look at the bigger picture and let the team at ValleyBiggs help with the negotiation process. That's where we shine. We see right through these tactics and can put barriers in place to stop them from happening. It is similar to a game of chess. Employ logic and reason, not emotion. In the end, was your company capable of extracting a full offer price? Not likely. There is always a hedge built into the list price right from the beginning. There are also groups that look at a company and aren't sure if they want to go forward, so they will tie the deal up. These are the ones a good M&A consultant will spot and avoid. Along the way, there are many obstacles, all of which need to be smoothed out. Once the deal is signed, we then start the due diligence process. Make no mistake, if the buyer uses his own accountant or financial advisor, then no matter how solid the numbers are at the end of the process, the advisor will put a caveat in his final recommendation. He will warn the buyer that the numbers aren't exactly as represented. Even in the best of scenarios, they rarely are, and that the future risk is high, and that based on this fact, the deal is overpriced. No advisor wants the future risk of leaving himself open to a lawsuit, or to see something go wrong in the future after giving the deal a clean bill of health. If the buyer chooses this route, it is essential to guide him in the process from the beginning and let him know that regardless of the conclusion, the caveat is coming. No numbers are ever exact in the case of due diligence, and the main goal is to verify the integrity of the numbers represented and make sure that they are reasonable and legitimate. We try to circumvent this scenario by referring groups that specialize in due diligence. Under no circumstances will this be an automatic green light, rubber-stamped process. The numbers are what they are and will come out in the wash. The difference with the groups that we recommend versus a standard CPA or accountant is that our advisor's goal is to also get the deal to the finish line. So they will call attention to any perceived problems and offer solutions and suggestions to fix these problems. Once again, accountants and financial advisors will always advise that there is a problem, including the buyer is overpaying. They are oftentimes covering themselves for any future negative ramifications. Other obstacles tend to pop up in the financing portion of the deal, especially if the deal will be underwritten in any portion via an SBA or conventional loan underwriting team. Expect the unexpected. In the worst case scenario, we once had a transaction that was 2 weeks before the closing and the bank pulled out of the deal. This was at the height of the financial crisis, and the bank VP explained that with the new bank regulations of mark-to-market, they were undercapitalized and had no money to lend. Can you imagine a major national well-known bank running out of money? This transaction still closed. We took the deal to another bank, and though it took longer than we hoped, we fixed the problem and achieved yet another successful conclusion. Larger middle market deals do not usually utilize bank financing, but in deals with a purchase price of less than $20 million, it is often a portion of the deal. Our expertise lies particularly in finding solutions. In the end, the best description of our titles would be the fixers. The deal will always break down, and in nearly every case, we will fix it. Thank you for listening today, and for additional videos related to our firm and our operations, please search for ValleyBiggs at youtube.com.